Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and it's Friday morning. So that must mean I have a 3D project for you. Yay! So today's project is inspired by Rolos. And these Rolos that I'm using today are the wrapped Rolos. So they're not the kind that come in that tube, or not really a tube, but they're kind of in a cylinder shape. They're not those ones. They're the individually wrapped ones. And you know what? I think I threw my Rolos back into the freezer. So if you just excuse me for 1 second while I go run and grab those, and that will give a chance for more people to get on this live right here, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Why do I keep my Rolos in the freezer, you ask? Well, there's a lot of projects that I do with Rolos that are kind of like my Hershey's Kiss projects, but Rolos have that soft center. And so if you don't freeze them when you're putting them into the project, they can get a little dented and lose their shape. So I keep mine in the freezer, and also it keeps me from eating them. So I throw them in the freezer, and then I forgot that I had them in the freezer. But that's just a good little tip. I just keep them in there, and then I can use them when I'm ready. But this project uses Rolos, so let me show you right here. Here it is. Isn't that cute? It holds 9 little Rolos, and sometimes I use window sheet as the top for the box, but this time I use vellum. And you can see vellum allows you to peek through, but it's still a little bit hazy. So I really like the look, especially for this particular project. So you can see that there's Rolos inside, but you know, they look a little, they have an air of mystery because of the vellum. So this project is actually not really hard to make, but it's a perfect little favor box. The other thing I like about them, say you had to transport a bunch of these. So I didn't use dimensionals on the bows. You could, and a dimensional will just pop up the bow a little bit. But you can see here, you could stack a bunch of these and take them somewhere, or if you were traveling, you could stack up a bunch of these and, you know, take them fairly easily on your way. And so they look so cute, don't they? All right, I have a project sheet for you for all my email list subscribers, and this one will be coming out tomorrow on Saturday. So if you want to get on my email list, just go down in the description of my video. You'll have to click on the see more button. You know, those descriptions just show the first line, and then down below there's more stuff. There's how to contact me, there's a link to my blog post, there's everything you could possibly want to know to get more information down there. And one of them is a link to subscribe to my email list. It's a free email list, and on Saturday I will send you out this project sheet. What's nice about the project sheet, it condenses down what I tell you today. You could do the tutorial completely just by, you know, listening to the video. I'm not hiding anything in this tutorial, so you'll get the same information from the video that you'd get from the project sheet. But it's so nice to have a handy project sheet when you're trying to create something quickly, because it has the dimensions there. And while I'm doing this video, if I notice anything that's wrong on my project sheet, I will correct it. That's why I always send it out after the fact, and then I can just make sure everything is correct on there. All right, guys. Oh, one more thing. I wanted to talk to you real briefly. This is my tutorial of the month, so to speak. So if you purchase $15 or more from me in an order this month, you can choose this tutorial for free. I've got over 70 tutorials on that you can choose from, but this one is the one that I created for October. So if you're interested in that one, you can definitely choose this one. This one is a gift box slash tea light holder, and it's made with a peaceful nativity bundle. Isn't it cute? So on the inside, this slides out, and you can put a tea light in there. And then this also uses vellum, and the light shines through. So I just wanted to point that out if you were thinking that you needed some supplies. There's lots of tutorials for you to choose from if you place an order with me. Okay, I guess we're ready to get started. So I am going to switch over to my camera and my other camera. Okay, so to make this box, I use, for this bow on the top, I use the gift wrapped bundle, and it consists of the gift wrap stamp set and the gift bow punch. And when you buy these two together, you can save 10%. You can also buy them individually, but if you're just thinking that you just want the punch, just keep in mind it's really the detail of the stamping that makes this punch really pop. This would be okay without it, but it almost needs the detail to really make it look good. So I really highly recommend getting them together. And there are 3 different bows in here. This week I also made a card using this one. Actually, you know what? The green one shows up a little better because I used green ink, but you can see there's like different ways to do it. Like today, I'm going to stamp on Very Vanilla. And on this one, I stamped tone on tone. So garden green on garden green. But you can see there are 2 different types of bows right there. And then there's the third one on here that is a plaid type bow. So you could color it with different colors and make it look really pretty. So there's different options for you when you do these bows. All right. Let me get this out of the way. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the box bottom. So I like to use my scoring board, and I'm going to make the real red box. And you could make this in whatever color you want, and you could use whatever paper you want. I love the toile paper that we're going to be using later on, and maybe I'll show that to you later on, but I like it because it's got these stripes that kind of look a little bit like ribbon, but you could use other designer series paper as well. So let's work on the box bottom first. This is a 4" by 4" square. How simple is that? And I'm using real red, and I'm going to score this piece at the 5/8 inch mark, 5/8 on all 4 sides. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. Set this aside. Okay, and now I'm going to use my bone folder, and I'm going to fold this piece along all 4 sides. And the reason I'm doing 5/8 is because Rolos are not very tall, and I want to be able to see those tops through the box. Now let me grab my scissors. All right, so we pick one side to go with, and I am just going to cut along the score line until I meet this first score intersection, okay? So you can see it's creating a little tab like that. And let me do that over here as well. So I've got 2 tabs on one side. Now I'm going to go to the opposite side, okay? So these little tabs are now on this side, okay? And the opposite side, I'm going to do the same thing. All right. So these are going to come in here like this. You can see though that, I don't know if you can see that. You can see maybe that a little bit is going to stick up if I close that up like that. So let's get rid of a little tiny bit of that cardstock so it doesn't stick up. So we can angle cut these like that. Kind of see it's just a little bit of a cut. So let's just angle cut these tabs. So when they come together, you won't be able to see them stick out, okay? All right, and then we're gonna take some tombow. Let's see how much life this bottle still has in it. Oh, it's doing pretty well. Okay, I'm putting tombow on all four corners at once. If you don't want to do that, just do it one at a time because you do risk getting glue on you. So I'm going to just fold these in, bring them in, and I want to make sure that I have nice square corners. That score line right there needs to be right up against the edge nicely. And as I do this, I just put a little pressure on that seam just for a minute, not for a minute, a few seconds, just to make sure it's staying in place. It needs just a little bit of time to bond. And then come around here. And I'm holding this down. And one more time. And okay, so that is all there is to the box bottom. Now, if you wanted to, you could cut a small piece of cardstock, maybe in Very Vanilla, since that's what we're going to use for the bow, and you could stamp a greeting to put down at the bottom of the box. But I just wanted it blank and plain and red. So we can go ahead and stick 9 Rolos in here. 9 frozen Rolos. You don't have to freeze them though. This project does not require frozen Rolos. We are not doing anything spectacular with them. We are just putting them in the box like a little cute little candy box. Amping up the Rolos and making them look expensive, right? Okay. So the next step, we're going to create this lid. Put this off to the side. And for that, we are also going to need the scoring board. And guess what? This measurement is also really simple. This is a piece of vellum and it measures 4 inches by 4 inches. Same measurements as the bottom. And the same scoring instructions as the bottom. So we're going to score at the 5/8 inch mark on all 4 sides. Just make sure that it's like right in the corner, because with vellum it has this tendency to lift up a little bit. So just make sure it's in the corner. And there we go. So I'm also going to fold this piece along all 4 sides. And I'm using my bone folder to smooth it out. I'm going to lift each one up as I go. This one a little cattywampus. All right. Smoothing it down and lifting it up. All right. So for this one, we are not going to do any gluing. We are just going to take our scissors and we are cutting away the 4 corners, okay? So just along the score lines. cut away the corners. Okay. So this lid is going to tuck in, but by not having to do that extra step with gluing it, we should be saving ourselves a little bit of time. And it should, if I did it right, look good. If you have any questions while I am working on this, just go ahead and I will get to them at the end. So now, just make sure all of these are done and let me see if I'm still following along. Okay, so now what we're going to do is tuck this into the box. Okay, just takes a little second to get it in. Oh, this last piece got tucked on top. See, it was like this. Okay, you don't want that. You want it to be on the outside of the Rolos. And if you have trouble doing this, okay, say you have trouble doing it this way, I want to show you a better way to do it. Put your Rolos face down into the vellum bottom, and then take this, the bottom, and pretend to just kind of tuck it in. Come in from the side, make sure you're tucking, and then you can tuck things in and then flip it over. And that's a little easier way to do it if you have trouble tucking in those sides. So see how nice and snug that lid fits in on the inside? And that makes it look really nice. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this toile paper. And the toile paper is actually on sale right now. If you are watching this in October 2020, this paper is on sale. And we've got different patterns here. I think this buffalo check pattern would look really nice as ribbon as well. But I'm using this pattern right here. And this paper is garden green on one side and real red on the other. And that's why I chose it for the box. So I'm making them in two different colors, real red and garden green, because it's very easy to switch in between the two. You could also use, there's also some other pretty patterns. You've got kind of this wildlife pattern. You could use that as well. So you don't have to necessarily use the stripes, but I am using the stripes for this. Okay. It's always nice to have paper on sale, right? Okay, so how do I put these little guys on? So for this one, instead of scoring this piece, since it's a thin piece, I'm going to carefully wrap this around. So I'm doing it, about half on each side, okay? So it's about centered. I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to wrap this around. And I'm not going to do it too tight. You want to have a little bit of give, okay? And then I'm going to put a little bit of tombow on the end in the last inch. And then I'm just going to bring this together and line this up. So you want to have a little bit of play on it, but so you see right here, it can move, but it's not going to completely fall off, okay? So you want kind of that, that amount of tension. So then we'll take the other piece, and you know what? I didn't even tell you the dimensions of this, did I? So let me tell you, these pieces both measure 8 inches by 3/8 of an inch, okay? 8 by 3/8. 8 by 3/8. Sorry. All right, and then this one's going to go the opposite direction. So do the same thing. Oh, had a little bit of a twist here. Okay, let me back up. It took some of my paper off. Let me redo this because I want this straight on the bottom. I twisted it a little bit when I was showing you how to slide it. So don't slide it until you are ready, until it's dry. Okay. All right, so now I'm ready with the second piece, and I'm going to come around, and I'm not adhering these two bands together. These are both going to slide in opposite directions, so they have to be independent from each other. So again, I'm just kind of making sure that I have kind of an idea of how tight I want to go. Put tombow on the last inch, and then just kind of slide this in place. Give it a little bit of a press, not too hard. And just make sure it's adhering and not shifting. Okay. So there we have the cross. And so these should both be able to slide independently. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to shift anything. I'll show you how that comes off afterwards. Now let's take a piece of Very Vanilla. I'm just using regular Very Vanilla cardstock here. And then I'm going to use my Real Red ink pad. And this bow stamp from the gift wrap stamp set. Ink it up. Stamp it down. Okay, I really think this stamps really super nicely. I really like how that stamps. Let's put this away. And then we'll just punch it out. Just center it in your punch. Make sure it looks good. And then give it a punch. And now I like to put this on the horizontal band, but the main thing you have to remember is you need to put it on the band that is on top, okay? So we need to glue it to that band. And all I'm going to do is put a little bit of tombow right in the center on that top band and then just press down. If you prefer, if you aren't going to stack these and have to transport these anywhere, you could also use a dimensional. Okay, just use one of our dimensionals under there, and that would be a really quick way to put the bows on as well. Okay, and that is the box. So now when you want to open it, you just slide off both of the bands like that. So they work independently. So they take the place of ribbon, and if they want to put it back, they can. It will just take a little bit of finesse. You just slide it back on, okay, like that. And then this one. Or they might just rip it open right in front of you, and you'll be like, what? I took so long to make this project and you rip it open. You know what? That's okay. We are doing paper crafting here. So paper crafting is not meant to last forever. This is meant to be a happy thing that you give out at Christmas, or you know what? This has applications. You could use it for birthdays or other events too. It's really cute. It looks great as a Christmas one because we've got that beautiful red and green paper, right? And they look so cute like that. I love how the Rolos kind of peek through that vellum. So you kind of know what's on the inside, and it just makes it look elegant, right? Rolos aren't really an expensive candy. But they've got that beautiful foil wrapping. And so this makes, it just amps up the chocolate, right? And so you can make something elegant out of a common type of candy, right? So that is the box. Let me see if you guys have any questions. Let me switch my cameras. Okay, I am back. Did you guys like that? And did you notice that I'm kind of matching the box today? All right, let's check in. Good morning to everyone. Oh, Amy says she has snow, or they're getting snow. Oh no. Oh no. I said the other day I wasn't going to say the S word, but now I've said it, right? When you say it, it comes. I just know it. I just know it. We're actually doing really well right here in Massachusetts, but the weird thing about this part of the country is we get our winter later and it lingers longer. I'd rather get my winter early and get it over with because sometimes when we still have bad weather at the end of March, I'm just like so done with it. So I don't know what's better, but yeah, it's always kind of depressing when you see the S word in the forecast, right? Uh, Elizabeth is from in Australia, and it's like 1:25 a.m. Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, what are you doing up so late? Oh, I cannot work at night. I am a complete morning person, but that makes it perfect for you to join me because maybe you are a night person and I'm a morning person. So if you live on time zones that are almost opposite, that will work really well, right? Um, okay, let me see. Amy says that she likes how the paper looks like ribbon. It does. But you know what? I do think, and I haven't tried this yet, but I do think these will look nice with other types of patterns as well. I don't think you necessarily have to keep yourself to one pattern. I would just try and match your bow to the predominant color in your paper that goes around. But this is a simple box that can be made up in different ways, right? You could also do the bow with by going right onto the colored cardstock. So you can make your bow lighter or darker just by doing that. You don't have to color it. Or you can even like stamp this bow in a darker color and color it if you want to do that. I just didn't want to do all of that extra work. This is not a hard box to make, right? You saw that. So I love that it's relatively quickly. And I was going slow too. You can knock these out faster if you do it assembly line style, right? Okay. Christine is joining us from the UK. Oh, that's cool. We've got the one continent, North America. We've got Europe and we've got Australia. That is so cool. All right. Christine says the bow bundle has grown on her. That's great. Yeah, you know what? I saw it and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I liked it, but I have to have a reason to buy. I have to have a project in mind before I will buy it. And so as soon as I figured out something that I wanted to do with it, I was like sold on it. All right. Oh, I'm so glad you guys like it. Amy says the vellum lid looks like an elegant, looks elegant. Yeah, it does. And you could do it also, you could do it with a window sheet. But so I did do it. I did try it out with a window sheet. I can show you what it looks like with window sheet. I really think and I hope I was playing around with dimensions. I'm hoping this is the right dimension for this box because I made them in a bunch of different dimensions. I think it's right. Let's see if I can get this in here. So you can do it with window sheet. I might do it a little differently. It looks pretty with window sheet too. But when I put them side by side, I like the vellum better. Oh, I don't know if this one's gonna fit. Because, okay, it will. I'm gonna make it fit. That window sheet corner is just a little higher, so my ribbon is having trouble getting on here. You have to build it for each box specifically. Okay, here's the window sheet. So that's a little different look. Okay, wow. There's the side-by-side comparison. So you could also do it with a window sheet. just for the difference in the two. But I do a lot of with the window sheet, so I thought vellum would be cool this time. All right, let's see if there's any other. Elizabeth said she couldn't sleep. I'm sorry. I hate that. I had a hard time sleeping last night too. I'm gonna be tired today. I'm gonna need a nap. Um, Linda Campbell says she loves this project. It's so cute. She's having nice weather, 70 degrees in Pennsylvania. So you're close to me. We're having nice weather right now. But yeah, we suffer. And once the new year hits, that's when we get all our winter weather, right? Um, uh, Susie says she's going out to buy Rolos today. Oh, good. That means that my project is a success. If it inspires people to go buy candy, just make sure you get the wrapped Rolos, okay? Not the unwrapped ones. You want to get the ones in the bag that are wrapped. Don't get disappointed and buy the wrong thing because they come in different formats. And I have been told, like in the UK, I think, I'm not sure if you can get the wrapped ones. So you have to make sure you can find the wrapped ones. Let's see. Okay, Christine says she prefers the vellum box. Well, I'm glad because that's what I prefer too. I had them both made, so and I was like, which one? And then I was like, I am just going to choose one to do. And since I usually do the window sheet, I thought, yeah, let's do the vellum this time. Um, Amy says both are nice. Vellum is probably easier to work with. Yes, vellum is a lot easier to work with. So yeah, I do think people, especially if you're new, the vellum will be a lot easier to work with, and it's really pretty. And if you do, this is my paid tea light box, but I also have a tutorial with that same bundle that is just a tea light holder and not a gift box that also uses vellum. So vellum can be used in a lot of different ways. It makes a great window. Oh, like, ooh, let me grab my other project. So do you guys remember this project? Ooh, bring it into the camera. My little moose tea light holder that also uses vellum. So don't think that you're just going to have that vellum's a one-trick pony. Vellum is good for a lot of different applications. And I made a card this week, and I'm going to show it next week. But I cut the little sprays of berries in vellum, and that looked really good as well. So get a pack of vellum. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day. If you like my videos, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll probably see a little picture of me floating down in the bottom corner of this video. If you click on that, if you're not already a subscriber, you can subscribe to my channel. And if you click on the bell, that will allow you to get notifications when I go live. If you need any of the supplies that I talked about today, it's really easy to click over to my blog. The link is right down below. And down at the bottom of the blog post, there is a pictorial clickable supply list. And so you can click on any one of the products and it will take you over to my Stampin' Up store, which will show you more about the product, the price, and everything. And so don't forget to make sure you're subscribed to my email list if you want my project sheet, which will be sent out in the mail tomorrow. All right, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope it's nice wherever you are. I hope that you can enjoy, even if it snows, I hope you can enjoy that first snow and get out in the outdoors, breathe some fresh air, get a little exercise, and have a great weekend. Take care, guys. I'll be back with more projects next week. Bye-bye.